You've been told your entire life that you need 8 hours of sleep. Every doctor, every article, every wellness influencer repeats it like a sacred commandment. Get your 8 hours. 8 hours. Not 7, not 9. 8. But here's what nobody tells you. The 8-hour sleep rule is not ancient wisdom. It's not biology. It's not even 150 years old. The 8-hour sleep rule is a 20th century invention, and your body still rejects it. In 2025, Harvard professor Daniel Lieberman went public with something controversial. He called the 8-hour rule industrial era nonsense. Lieberman, one of the world's leading evolutionary biologists, pointed out that there is zero biological evidence that humans need exactly 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. In fact, the epidemiologic data shows something surprising. When you plot sleep duration against mortality, you get a U-shaped curve. The lowest risk isn't at 8 hours, it's around 7 hours. Both short sleep and long sleep are associated with higher mortality. The number we've been told is perfect might actually be wrong. Lieberman wasn't the first to notice this, but he was the first to say it loudly. The 8-hour rule is a cultural artifact, not a biological fact. To understand where this number came from, you have to go back to 19th century England. Before the Industrial Revolution, sleep was flexible. People slept in segments, first sleep and second sleep, with a wakeful interval in between. There was no 8-hour block. There was just the rhythm of darkness and light. Then came the factories. Factory owners needed workers to show up at the same time every day. They needed shifts, they needed discipline, and they needed a narrative that justified compressing human rest into a single, efficient block. In 1817, the socialist reformer Robert Owen coined the phrase 8 hours labor, 8 hours recreation, 8 hours rest. It was a labor slogan, a political demand, not a medical recommendation, but the slogan stuck. By the early 20th century, labor unions had fought for the 8-hour workday, and sleep followed the same pattern by default. If you work 8 hours and have 8 hours of personal time, the remaining 8 hours are what's left for sleep. The number wasn't chosen by doctors or biologists, it was chosen by industrial schedulers. A century later, we have the data, and it tells a different story. According to the CDC's 2024 data, 30.5% of US adults, nearly 1 in 3, sleep less than 7 hours per night. Globally, the average sleep duration has dropped from 9 hours a century ago to just 6.8 hours today. We're sleeping 2.2 hours less than our great-grandparents did. At the same time, insomnia rates have exploded. A 2025 systematic review estimated that 30% of the global adult population now experiences insomnia symptoms. That's over 2 billion people struggling with sleep. Here's the paradox. We've never been more obsessed with achieving 8 hours of sleep. We have sleep trackers, blue light glasses, weighted blankets, smart mattresses, white noise machines, and a $90 billion sleep aid industry. And yet, we've never been worse at sleeping. What if the 8-hour rule itself is making us anxious? What if the pressure to achieve an arbitrary number is the very thing keeping us awake? The Hadza of Tanzania don't know about the 8-hour rule. They sleep when it's dark, wake when it's light, and take naps when they're tired. Their total sleep averages 6 to 7 hours, but they report zero sleep anxiety. The San of Namibia follow the same pattern. Flexible sleep, responsive to environment, zero obsession with hitting a target number. The Tsimane of Bolivia, who have one of the lowest rates of heart disease in the world, sleep an average of 6.5 hours per night. They don't take melatonin. They don't have weighted blanket. They just sleep when their bodies tell them to. Anthropological research across pre-industrial societies consistently finds one thing. Humans naturally sleep between 6 and 8 hours, but in flexible patterns, not rigid blocks. The obsession with 8 is cultural. The range is biological. So if 8 hours isn't the magic number, what is? The research points to 3 things that matter more than duration. First, consistency. Going to bed and waking at roughly the same time, even if you sleep 6.5 hours, has a stronger correlation with health outcomes than hitting exactly 8. Second, quality over quantity. Deep sleep and REM sleep percentages matter far more than total hours. You can sleep 9 hours of fragmented, poor quality sleep and feel worse than someone who slept 6 hours of deep, restorative rest. Third, listening to your body. The 8-hour rule has created a generation of people who lie in bed anxious, watching the clock, calculating how many hours they have left before the alarm. That anxiety itself destroys sleep quality. Your body doesn't know what 8 hours means. It knows what darkness means. It knows what fatigue means. It knows what the sun means. Everything else is noise. The 8-hour sleep rule is a 20th century invention. It came from factory schedules, not from biology. And the more we chase it, the more it eludes us. So tonight, don't watch the clock. Don't calculate how many hours you have left. Don't panic if you wake up after 6 hours feeling rested. Your body is not broken. It's running software that worked perfectly for 300,000 years. The 8-hour rule is the glitch, not you. This is Homo strange. We treat humans as the strange species they are. And sometimes, the thing that's keeping you awake is not your body.